Okay, so finally, the season 9, episode 16, the storm is here, and come along with me as I watch this episode. And it's the first time I've ever recorded me watching the show as live as I go along, get my raw emotions, and you know, just especially after last week's episode, which is still affecting me, and I'm sure it's still affecting a lot of you. Uh, Man, they're going to be in a thunderstorm. I mean, they're going to be in this winter storm, man. So we'll see what happens and how they deal with what comes next. Get so much love for someone that wasn't their biological kid. But hey, doesn't matter if they came out of you, they're born of you. It's that was their kid. Yes. There's that theory that Sadiq was a traitor. So I wonder if we're going to see that or signs of that perhaps he was. I don't know. People just don't think that there's any way that he can possibly survive. But what I'm thinking is that you know she needed someone to tell them, but then at the same time, all Alpha needed to do was just like she did, kill them, and their heads are on pikes. That's the message enough. It makes you wonder if there's a theory that he sacrificed Tara so that he can save Rosita because she's pregnant with his kid. It's a theory. It's some conspiracy theory out there. Whatever kind of theory you want to call it. But you know, I don't know what to think about that. It's true. Yeah, people. It makes you think. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that happened. Maybe you know he did that so that he could save Rosita. Because Alpha is the kind of person that she doesn't want anybody, any of her enemies, perceived enemies, to survive. Because I feel like to her that's just another advantage they would have. So she's going to try to take out as many of her enemies as she can. But the winter is here. It's him. So it's got the horses acting up. Oh, Aiden's giving it to throwing some major shade on Lydia. That's true. That's true. Hmm. That's Daryl. Daryl is like the voice of reason there, man. He's the one that's gonna make sure that those guys stay in line and they don't, act, unnecessarily, you know, I mean, Lydia inadvertently, she has she has some kind of a blame, but at the same time, she didn't want that to happen. Of course not. No, of course he wouldn't have one. Then he would have a weapon. We're not talking about. Yeah.
Keep going. We'll catch up.
Take no chances. Take out all the walkers. Poor Lydia, she's just looking around like she can't feel like she belongs. Even though Daryl wants to fight for her, but you know, Lydia's looking around and it's like, she blames herself, but she shouldn't. You know, she shouldn't blame herself, but it's hard not for her to act that way or feel that way. Ooh, what the hell is that?
I have memorized every square inch of this room. And it still feels like a party. Whenever I party from hell. I mean, sure, all right. It smells like a goddamn barn and you're all bored shitless, but
I love when I love when Judah says that.
I mean, we've got ourselves this hot little love quadrangle here. Arcanas. It's like Christmas. Well, maybe they're just miserable errands or Barbara's. Okay. Your girl's doc is also your girl's baby daddy, which kind of begs the question. You ever wonder what the hell is going on in there when she has her appointments? We could try to be a little less predictable. That hurts, babe. Truly.
It's like,
We're all grown-ups here. And none of us would ever let that ruin the long-standing friendships and mutual respect we have. You know what? You're right. That is a very mature attitude, father. Not the father.
well, nigga want to bust balls, man.
Is that unpredictable enough for you?
Even Eugene like that. Well, Bobby busting balls, man. Still, I love Judy. Every time Negan says something, Judy goes language. Every time he cusses. Uh-huh. Gasoline. Uh oh. Gas, 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 gas. Yeah.
Blizzard's now some tearing and glare. Chimney's ventilation capabilities are nearly done. They'd be on blast as part of the blaze, lest we plan on ceasing all.
Fear the Walking Dead. Where did Judith go? You got Negan still looking for her, and I think that's Sadiq. Oh, they return in 1 minute. Oh, okay. Right before that, returns in 1 minute little thing there. It shows a girl with you know knife in her hand and return. What's that? Fear the Walking Dead. Who cares? Fear the Walking Dead stinks. Didn't like it from day when I watched the first episode, and I didn't watch it past that episode. Damn, where they coming from? Well, of course, they just got a blanket of snow on top of them, man. It's not like they're buried under like ground or something like that, so they could easily just come out. Yeah, careful, man. Watch yourselves. Don't get bit. If they fall through, there's like they have definitely walkers underneath the water too. look out. Man, these guys got to be careful, dude. Walk around. You got to walk around and you got to spin around and kind of look. By the way, they're just looking straight ahead. What's he doing? Using the force? Daryl kind of raised his hand up like he was trying to go for a lightsaber, like that scene with the. Oh, that's one of the icicles. Okay. He's just reaching up for an icicle. It looked like that scene in Empire Strikes Back when Luke's like goes like this and then he gets the his force extracts a lightsaber from the snow. It's a little nice relationship between Negan and Judith. And Judith keeps him in his place, like she's a tough girl. The way she talks to him. If he cusses, Negan, then she goes language. And he did the same thing to her. Because she said something and then he said language, little girl, or something. Hmm. Took the ring off and looks like she was gonna give it back to him, and then he just put her hand down, like as if to say, "Keep it." Hmm. Alexandria. This where it's like Michonne and her group. Is it? Yeah. Reunited with her boy. Oh, with Judith. Is it Judith? Yeah. Oh, little red cheeks. That's all she got. Not bad. RJ. I guess Rick Jr. Little snowball fight. Daryl, Lydia, RJ, and Judith, and even Aaron's in there. And yeah, can have a little fun.
You're strong. Strong. You will be.
Held her arm out, and with a stripped branch, Beta's whipping Alpha on the arm. Some masochistic stuff right there. Sadist stuff. Okay, that's it. That's the end. So the end of the season, because now it's at this thing called Killing Eve. But so the so the season finale ended with King Ezekiel and Judith were talking on the radios, and guess King Ezekiel, either that or Judith was the one that left the line open, and some woman was trying to come in and saying, asking if anybody's there on the open line. So yeah, this episode, you know, it was a hard one for them because they're going through, the real tough, you know, winter storm, trying to get to an outpost. At least they were able to get there and it stopped snowing. Yeah, it stopped snowing and the wind. There's not even any kind of wind to kind of make it hard for them because that wind chill factor and just the wind just blowing down. I was kind of worried about Judith and Negan. Imagine that, saying you're worried about Negan, but starting to show a side of him that slowly and surely they're gonna be able to trust him. I wonder if he knows. I mean, maybe this wasn't touched. Maybe he doesn't know about what happened to Tara and the rest. One of them was one of his wives, the redhead. But this is season finale. It's quite a just nothing like last week. I mean, in my opinion, I think last week was like the season finale. Like we could have left it at that, and then we maybe have this as the opening to season 10. But I don't know. We'll see. This was. Instead of looking at Sandra O's face, she has a goofy Asian face. I don't like Asian girls. Don't get me wrong. But she doesn't do it for me. Okay. So let's go over this season. You know, well, as I watched this, I definitely was doing my commentary as it went along. So just my opinion of the season is just like, yeah, it almost seems like it was an opening to like a season. This episode, like I think that I don't know about you, but it's like they ended, you know, the episode before the season finale with that, the deaths. That would normally be a, you know, that would normally be maybe like right when they saw the pikes or even before they could cut right there and then the reveal of the pikes that would be the opening of season 10. Because you remember last episode of season 6 is when Negan chooses who he bashes in, whose heads he bashes in, and whose heads he bashes in, and in the season one, season one, season 7, the first episode, we see who it was, you know who the two people were that he killed. So it was a good episode. Doesn't really ring as a season finale. It really doesn't. But we see some good things, and we see things that we see Alden, who looking at throwing some major shade uh, Lydia's way, and Daryl put a stop to that. So he's pretty angry at her. You see some kind of little bit of a conflict there between Ezekiel and Carol, and Daryl was by Carol's side a bunch, and Ezekiel sees that one part where she's holding his arm because he asks her, "What do you see when you look at me?" And she says, "I see you." And there's still some feelings there and emotions there. A lot of people were wondering if these two, or even wanting these two to be together. To be together and have a romantic thing going on. And that never happened, and it's more like brother and sister. Up until this episode, you kind of see there's that so those kind of feelings, and then Ezekiel takes Daryl to the side and says that he wants it to be just he and Carol, and he should stay back. Or and then we see her take her ring off and looking like he's going to go and give it to Ezekiel, and Ezekiel just puts her hand down as is to say, just keep it. And is that a separation? It's like the months of since the deaths happened, because apparently a few months have passed, or a month or so have passed since the Pike deaths. And so has that caused a rift between him and Carol, Ezekiel King and the King and Carol, and of course we've seen that last scene where we see Alpha strip a branch, give it to Beta, and she removes her pulls up her sleeve, and then Beta's whipping her arm, and kind of some weird shit there. I guess she feels like she has to punish herself for not being prepared because she says she wasn't prepared, and she needs to be prepared for what's to come, whatever that means. I guess the war. I mean, I see references to the comics and the whole war whispers between the whispers, I guess, in them, and then we see Judith and King Ezekiel talking to each other on those handhelds, those radios, and after they're done talking, one of them leaves the line open, and then a woman can be heard saying, "Is anybody there? Anybody there on this open line?" And that's it. So it was a good episode, but I don't know. That doesn't ring to me like a season finale, because basically CC seems like just another episode where they had to get over an obstacle and get to from point A to point B. To get out of the snow and get out of the blizzard. They had to deal with some walkers that were under the blanket of snow, and see Negan and Michonne talking. Negan got injured his leg, so I'm sure people were thinking that they're going to start making plans of and maybe even going after Alpha, or the beginnings of it. But I guess that's going to be the start of the next season, I guess, to see what their plan is and what their next plan of attack is against Alpha. Alpha says that she's going to be ready, and Beta assures her, that she is going to be ready. We saw Lydia before I end this video. Lydia looking like she wants the kind of removes her sleeve, and then she's like putting her arm towards a walker that was stuck in the from the waist down in the snow, and it's like she wanted him to bite her. Maybe she just wants to kill herself. She just doesn't want to live anymore. because she blames herself. There's that scene where she wanted to Carol to be the one to kill her because it should be her because she's the one. She says that she's not good. Henry says she was good, but she feels that she's not good, and she wants Carol to kill her because it's her fault. Inadvertently, yes, but she didn't mean it. She was the kind of like the catalyst, like the but in the very touching scene, like when that one scene when they all passed those pikes, and they could, you can definitely know that they knew who was where. Some of them, Alden looked like he was looking around, like which one was Enid on. Like he was like looking around. Lydia looked right where Henry's was, and Ezekiel, you could see that he saw. So, it's almost like the continuation of the calm before the storm. You know what I mean? It's like the calm before. You know what I mean? This one's called the storm. This episode, and it's a very good episode. Not what I consider a season finale, but we just have to wait to see what happens when season 10 comes around. Most likely in October. Usually their cycles are like that. October and then April. So I enjoyed it. Mm, good episode. I was expecting more, but then at the same time, they did they pretty much good. All of it was expended last episode. So what else are they going to really do on this one? Now it's almost like it's the preparation phase now towards season 10 and seeing what's going to happen then. But this is my video. This is my guess my review and my reaction to season 9, episode 16, The Storm for The Walking Dead. If you watched all this way, thank you for watching. Please click like and click thumbs up and share the video. And also subscribe. I would appreciate it. Thanks for watching and take care.